So today we're going to take a look at using a gallery to collect information, as you can see here, and these happen to be tasks, and then sum up a total right here. Notice that these numbers here, as we change, they change as well above here. So it's giving you this instant calculation right within your canvas within Powerapps. So stay tuned. We're going to jump right to how to do this. It's really not that tough. So stay tuned. I think you'll be able to get through this. All right, so let's go ahead. So that's what we're doing, right? We have a list here that's pulling up tasks, and inside of that list, we want to sort based on the staff member. And then we want to say how many tasks are assigned to that person, how many hours are needed, how many days are needed, and how many hours have they already spent toward this effort. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what the math looks like. So when you go ahead and go in here, this is a standard gallery. Now, important to note here that the gallery itself, notice you can't see it. There we go. I'm on the gallery itself. I'm in items here. I'm doing just a sort by columns. This is non-delegable, so be careful. My data set's very small, so this works for me. You can do it other ways. So just know your data and what tools you're using. And here I'm saying it can work on all of these, and then this is what I'm sorting on. So that's pretty standard stuff. We're not going to talk about that, but let's talk about the first math equation. So the first thing we're going to do is we want to count the rows. Now, this text here, all of that right there, that's just this task assigned colon thing. So that just puts it in front of there. Just be careful when using this that you're not doing it inside of fields. These are labels. So remember, we went to insert text label, not text input. If you put in a text input, if you use this right here in text input, it's going to add that text to your text input. You probably don't want that. So this right here, we're using a CountRows. And what CountRows does for us is it just counts out the number of rows that show up after we've done the filter. So you see the filter there. Priority tasks is the name of the list that I'm going to. This drop menu staff assigned is right here. Where is that? Right there. That's a drop down. That's this drop down right here. Notice I'm labeling everything as well. It makes it a lot easier when you're working with this. And then I'm just saying, hey, whatever's selected for the staff name. Now, if I just go to selected here, for example, you're going to see staff name value. Let me see if I can get it. If you go to priority tasks, of course, you're going to see all kinds of data. So we're just trying to thin this thing out a little bit so that we can see just specific data, right? Okay, so that's the code on how you do that. Pretty easy stuff. All right, now we're going to do a little bit more on the math end of things. So here we go right here. And remember, this is a delegation. We're going to get this the whole time we're working in here. But here we're using, again, this is the text that we're showing. Whoops. This is the text that we're showing on the screen, hours needed, colon, okay? Round up means that I'm just going to round up to the nearest number, okay? Now I'm doing a sum action here with a filter. Again, if you notice here, the filter is getting everything, right? So we're getting everything from that table, that list, but all we want is staff assigned. So when we click on here, now we're just going to get to the staff, the selected staff name, which happens to be Jackson. That's what we've selected inside of this drop down. So that's the only thing it's going to filter on. Okay, then we're just going to go here, do a parenthesis and a comma, and then minutes needed. Okay, that's the total that we're getting. And here we're putting the round. So this is part of Roundup right here, comma 0, and then that's the number, right? How many numbers you have here, and then parenthesis, and then divided by 60. So we collect everything in minutes, so we're just calculating it down to hours. Same thing here. Let's look at this one more time. you can see the same thing. Notice there at the top, days needed, Roundup, some, right? Priority tasks assigned. You can see all of that's the same. Parenthesis, comma, minutes needed at this point. We're still doing 0 for the Roundup, for the number of behind the decimal there, divided by 60, divided by 8. Okay, so that's about it. And then just another one. Okay, so so that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to this, like I said. This is pretty simple. Again, now when I switch to different people, I can see different tasks. This is a great way if you're trying to do allocations, for example, and allocate based on how much time they need and tasks. Now this is just to do this video, but this will show in the future, it'll show the ability to really edit and drill into these using patch commands. So view other videos, and I'll put that up there as soon as I get that done. So this is it. Good luck.